Okay, so this is my super thread for the Hyper mod forums. It's called The Legend of Hyper Links to the Past Trial. Now, okay, The Legend of Hyper Forums Links to the Past. It's E3 time, a time which, for Hyper Magazine's electronic entertainment discussions forum, is one of the busiest of the year for gaming-related discussion. When the news is great, there's a lot of discussion about why it's so great. When the news is fail, likewise there is going to be a vast discourse as well. This is how life is going on in the kingdom of Hyper Rule for ages past. People live in their light world, a world of happiness and shared passion and banging on about graphics versus story. Yet, to many of the people who spend their carefree minutes in this carefree realm, through a befouled portal there is another place, a hidden kingdom, a dark universe of trolls and pig-headed things which are not really that interested in games at all. They are interested in other things which have nothing to do with games. The gods of both these interconnected realms, who are themselves embodiments of light and dark, of human courage and foibles, meet at a triangular table and join fingers over the Triforce of Power and try to ensure that the wonderful light realm and the caustic, basically pointless dark realm don't interfere too much with each other. Every now and then an action must be taken, a piece moved on the playing board to maintain a balance between light and dark. When this happens, a cabal of the creatures from the dark universe, who in their envy and pointless impotent anger have crafted a foul fox Triforce, the Triforce of Power, stand in a circle and attempt to jerk the gods around via the power of suggestion. How does this power work? Say you walk into a room and declare, "I am very important." Most people will probably ignore you, but some suggestible types will be all, "Oh wow, that guy must be very important, check out his power." They then form a group and tell each other that they are very important, and as they are standing in a circle, they start to not notice that there is actually hundreds of people in the room, not just the 5 of them as they believe. Lost in each of the other's eyes like limpid pools, they see themselves reflected and their eyes turning flaming red with love. Noticing each other, their awesome flaming eyes, they start to think they are their awesomeness and generally fail to remember those ironic and hilarious serious business memes that are everywhere. For this particular fantasy game, let's call the 5 guys Vindicator, Durkage, Reedman, Arenal, and IRS. They form themselves into what they believe is an army, a force to challenge their gods. The crucial lodestone of their belief that they have the power necessary to challenge the gods is that they can walk into a room in the light realm and proclaim, "We may dwell into darkness below, but we are the foundation of Hyper Rule, without which you'd be fatal." Some other guys walk into the room and goes all, "Uh-oh, we'd better listen to these guys. Sounds pretty important. I wouldn't want to be seen as failed by anyone, that's for sure." This and then constitutes a crowd of believers. Who are these mighty posters though? This army of darkness who collectively can challenge their gods without fear of reason or evidence or understanding? Why do they love to live in the world of Hyperrule anyway, if all they want to do is complain about how it is not so great compared to other places they could be hanging out and pissing people off for no reason? Given that Hyperrule is a realm of gaming discussion with some other features, who would think these amazing power members have been bolstering the core gaming discussion of the site, in a fashion that even the gods themselves would be loath to give up? Surely they must have been making an invaluable contribution during the whole damn planet's most important hyped gaming industry event of the whole damn year, E3. Durkage, for example, who is apparently 19 years old and last posted in a gaming-related thread in March 2009, something about World of Warcraft. He has made no E3-related posts whatsoever. Or I don't know, who, when I checked a couple of days ago, had made 7 gaming posts out of his last 125. Since the 31st of May, he made the world know he wants Sims 3, doesn't seem to want Golden Sun DS, and even had a complaint about Left 4 Dead 2 being announced. Pretty amazing lack of interest or contribution to E3 discussion, right? How about Weedman, who presents a bastion of virtue and a really great guy to have around? He's excited about Tales of Monkey Island and Super Mario Galaxy 2, and roughly 7 of his last 150 posts have been gaming related. This one's a favorite though. Since 2000, I can count the number of games I've paid money for on my fingers and toes, and half of them I regret buying. IRS, with his ironic or is it unfortunate Dalai Lama avatar, has made what appears to be one gaming-related post in his last 500 he made. If you are curious, in late May we learned that he is currently playing Donkey Kong Country 2. And then there is Vindicator, Prophet Pariah, with his wrist bleeding, either from savage crucified nails or to emo tears. When I checked the other day, the sum total of his E3 contribution was to express disappointment in Metroid Other M. This will ruin Metroid, to troll the Golden Sun DS announcement, to declare he is completely done with the WoW thread, and to call second a faggot in random video game thoughts. Where would we be without such a swell contributor? Anyway, to get back to this increasingly ridiculous Legend of Zelda metaphor, after the fall of their leader, whom we will call Vindiganon, they stood before the gods and took up arms and went, "Oh, you guys can't do this thing, what you did to us." And the gods said, "Technically that doesn't make sense because we did it, therefore we can't do it." So well, and the party of 5 and the guy who followed them, these guys are really important, said, "You have given no reasons," and the god said, "It was for bullying over a long period, and here's the evidence and arguments and record of previous warnings and infractions for the same thing, and testimony from mods, and that they have given these guys heaps of informal PMs and messages arguing him not to do it, and he kept doing it, so now he has an infraction again." And then he was all, where, and the boss of you guys has said we got another one, to hopefully make it sink in this time that he can't keep doing this same thing he was doing for years and not listening to the gods, who keep asking him to put his intelligence towards something a bit better. And anyway, fully, who cares that much of it's not the end of the world, which is pretty much our decision anyway, us being the gods and all. And then upon the Hill of Bones, in the Valley of Umbrage, which is itself a geographical anomaly which does not exist, and so we can ignore what happened there, the party of 5 and that guy went all, "Hey, when are you going to say what this was for? We demand." And the gods, being generally awesome, told them again what was said before, and should have been obvious in the first place, frankly. And the party of 5 were all, "You still not tellings," and the gods started to think, these people aren't really the full Get Out Here track list, are they? Yet have better things to attend to, like their jobs and hobbies and gaming discussions such as E3. Let the party of 5 stamp around in the garden wailing in their pointless, impotent anger.